Oh yeah.
Kind of.
I just forgot.
Folks, it's summertime. July. And we are ready to do our best to entertain you. I don't know how it's going to go.
Again, do our best.
To my right is the original, bona fide Johnson boy, Mr. Chris Johnson. But in this episode, you're going to meet the Johnson family. And I think you are really going to enjoy it. But you got to wait around.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have given that away, should I? That's all I'm going to say about it for 8 days. You just have to wait. All right.
And to my left, well, it really doesn't matter. So on the jokes. On the jokes.
Good enough. Good enough. All right.
To my left. Never gonna catch a red fox. Chaser, also known as Harold, also known as Lucas Paisley, Double Sutton.
Thanks for bringing that up again.
You're welcome, Mr. Fiddle Player. Right here.
All right, folks. Here we go. You got a joke this time, or maybe you ran out of jokes. I can just tell my banjo joke.
No, I got a good joke.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, reminded me of you the other day.
Hmm.
So, what's the difference between a fiddle player and God?
That's a dangerous one to even speculate on. I'm just going to let you go with the punchline. I'll have my foot in my mouth if I try that one.
God doesn't think he's a fiddle player.
Ooh, that's pretty rough.
That is right.
Yeah, kind of true.
It is true. It's very true.
Fiddlers are a funny breed of people, even if I am one.
That's a good way to put it.
I got a banjo joke for you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Well, I mean, it's true.
Okay.
Is the truth ever bad?
No. Hurts sometimes, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Why do so many people have an instant aversion to banjo players?
I don't know.
Saves a lot of time.
Oh my God. This is rough.
All right, what do we got going on this month at the Allegheny Jubilee?
This month, all right. July the 6th, we'll be playing. That's the first Saturday.
All right, you got plenty of time to prepare.
Yep.
Come on out. We'd love to see you July the 6th.
Mm-hmm. July the 13th.
Well, I just want to say I'm particularly excited about this one. If I can work it all out, my family reunion is always the Saturday after the 4th.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to see if I can just get a bunch of the family to come out.
That would be good.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I hope they're not like you.
Yeah, well, this is kind of the Johnson family episode, and now people will come out and see. Well, that side of the family would be the Brookses for me.
There's a reason we didn't film them. I'm just kidding.
All right,
That's
so
good.
July the 6th, that should be a fun night.
I hope they all can come.
All right.
July the 13th will be Mountain Park.
Mountain Park, second Saturday. Always great band. And
July the 20th.
Last month we told you to put it on your calendar.
Closed.
Mm-hmm. Jubilee's closed. The Sparta Fiddlers Convention, our hometown convention. If you're watching this video, that means you need to be there. Whatever plans you made, whatever plane tickets you need to buy, wherever you are, third Saturday in July, we want to see you in Sparta, North Carolina. That's where all the action's going to be at.
Oh, yeah. And then on July the 27th, to finish out the month, great band, Toontown.
Oh, Toontown's going to be out. Yeah, we haven't had them in a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they put some drive behind it. Dancers love them. And of course, the fiddler, Joy, her dad was a local banjo player. And so we just got all kinds of great band, great local connections. And Toontown will be playing that last Saturday. So that'll be a great month. Another great month of dancing at the Jubilee. So you know where you need to be.
There we go. So,
all right.
moving into the next segment, Alive
and kicking.
Who's it going to be this month?
Well, one of our great friends, and we this month we're going to do Kevin Four, and we just think the world of Kevin. If this presentation seems biased, it's completely biased. We really Kevin's a great friend of ours, but in addition to that, I think undeniably a phenomenal musician.
Oh, he is that.
And not just a musician, but a historian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ask him anything. I mean, we've been over listening to his house, records at his house, and I'll hear somebody like singing, harmony on some rare recording from Bobby Patterson's studio, and Kevin, who was singing on that? And I said, oh, it was so and so, and his daughter lives here, and da da da. It's like everything. He's got it all in his head up there somewhere, and I can't keep any of it straight. Before we even got in the car that night, I'd forgotten who told me who that singer was. So Kevin's always such a great guy, but somehow I always end up making a fool of myself around him. And I took my banjo over to him one time. I got this banjo from my cousin. It's my most prized possession. If my house catches on fire, it's the one thing I'm running in and getting. My kids can find their own way out, but I'm getting this banjo. It's the I got this banjo from my cousin, Faye Wagner, and all she told me about it was that it was made in Galax or somewhere around there. It was handmade by somebody, but she said she didn't know who it was. And so, typical me, I take it apart, I look at it, I think, man, I just can't figure out who this is. So I take it over to Kevin, of course, who knows everything, and he takes apart the banjo, and he says, well, look, he calls me up, he said, well, I got it solved. He said, it's a Claude Richardson banjo. He lived right over here in Piper's Gap. I said, oh, man, how'd you figure that out, Kevin? And he sent me a picture of the stem that was right inside the banjo. Just like me, but anyway, Kevin's just a great musician, also incredible banjo maker.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that knows anything about our music knows, Kevin is a Kyle Creed devotee in terms of playing and instrument making. It's an interesting story on Kevin. I think what was extra interesting is how he and Trish's story is kind of parallel, because Trish started playing, his wife, when she had a softball injury. And Kevin started playing out of high school when the doctor told him he ought to get away from his hobby. Before that was car racing, and so anyway, his doctor told him he had too much. There was just too much dust around it. He said better get away from it. So he took up playing music, and the rest is history.
Well, they did good by it.
Yeah, for sure enough. Two of our all-time favorite banjo players. So anyway, we're going to play a little bit of Kevin, and I've learned, there'd be no way to measure how much I've learned from Kevin, but, people throw around that word round peak a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And so, just being around Kevin and really getting to hear a whole bunch of stuff, there's a real distinct round peak sound that we love, and but it's not the sound that everybody calls round peak all the time. And we try to keep everything positive on the show, so that's all we're going to say about that. But we can say with confidence, we love the sound that Kevin captures, and he's really carrying on that round peak tradition. All right, let's cue up our number from Kevin 4. All right.
That's some good play.
Well, a great number from Kevin. So clear.
Yep.
Just, I don't know. I love to hear him play. Love to hang around him. Great guy all the way around. So if you're banjo shopping, I'd say go give old Kevin give him a call. See if you can get a great.
Set you up.
Yeah. Any kind of banjo you want. He makes on the mountain sounding banjos, round peak sounding banjos. He can do it all. All right. What do we got? What do we got going on this month?
Well,
Yep,
we're still kind of on summer break here.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot going on.
Yep.
So the first Saturday, July the 6th, was the Jubilee.
And then we are 100% focused on
Sparta Fiddlers Convention.
Sparta Fiddlers
The
Convention.
hometown Fiddlers Convention.
Mm-hmm. We've got a seat there with your name on it. Just show up. Your name's there. Just look for your seat. We'll be looking for you. So we do hope everybody comes. Always the third weekend in July.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great Fiddlers Convention this year. And so we'll just be looking for you. That's really all we've got going on this month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ready? What are you doing twirling around like that? You like a symphony conductor or something?
All right.
All right, what do we got?
Something
Special.
What is it this month?
Well, I kind of hinted. Maybe I gave it away before, but I just couldn't hold it in. So I was so excited. So we have got the Johnson Family Farm. We went over. We visited with Chris's family. They are an amazingly hard-working bunch of people. As much as I give Chris a hard time about being a millennial, which he fully deserves,
I don't know.
I'm going to give it up to the incredible character of his parents and their whole farm that, despite his millennial tendencies, they have kept him working hard from day one. And so they are into all kinds of stuff, but we wanted to focus in on his cattle business. So let's head over to the Johnson Family Farm.
Okay.
All right, ready? All right, is it ready? All right, for this month's something special, we are out at the Johnson Family Farm. Chris, how long has this been in your family?
This farm, I don't know, since the 60s, I guess.
Okay, all right. And Chris, with his family, they've got a little cattle business going, and we are going to go and meet Chris's cows for our something special. All right, here we have, in several of our shows I have mentioned, Chris's the other Johnson boy. Everybody knows there wasn't just one Johnson boy. And here we have Mr. Matthew Johnson, co-owner of the family cattle business. And we just wanted to hear, Matthew, for you, what is it like working with Chris?
Careful now.
That's a loaded question. Exactly, that's a loaded question. It just depends on the day.
Well, Matthew, on some of our shows I have commented that you seem to be having more romantic success than Chris has. What do you think is the cause of that?
I don't know what that would be.
And long-term vision for the farm, how many, what are you shooting for?
It just depends. I mean, on land really. Land's the hard thing to get, and good land that's fenced in. You know, fence is expensive, but I don't know. With the land we have right now, we probably hold 16, 17 head. But I would like to grow, but
yeah,
I don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, you'll get there. Matthew, of all the head of cattle you got here, have you got any like millennial cattle and then normal cattle, or are they all pretty much hard working?
Well, I would say we have a millennial. There's one slick redden over there. She butts everybody out of the way. She's kind of hidden the back there behind that big Holstein there. Hey, she's entitled. She thinks she is. Anyway.
Matthew, what do you think the best way to handle a millennial cow is?
Well, I would like to use a cattle prod sometimes, but I guess the best thing to do is just, you know, if she's butting everyone out of the way, just leave her out of the lot while you're feeding a few times and let the others eat.
I like it. Just leave the millennials out in the cold and let them get hungry.
Just a few nights. Just a few nights.
All right, Chris, what have we got here?
Oh, that's a head gate.
Oh, huh?
I think we should demonstrate.
Little demonstration.
How about you walk around there?
Okay.
You just walk around there. Matthew will show you what he does in the shoe.
How's that work?
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of trapped, a little claustrophobic.
Yeah. Well, you open this up.
Here. What do we got here?
They stick their head in right here.
Oh, you don't want me to stick my head in
Bend
it?
over.
Doesn't seem like
Matthew, give him some encouragement.
Well, you're going to crush me. This will
No,
be the
it
end of the...
won't hurt. Then you
Oh,
close it.
and that's it.
Yep.
Well, how long do I have to stay here?
I'll let you go.
Revenge of the Millennials.
That's good. We'll have to do it 5
All right.
times.
All right, here we are wrapping up our visit with the Johnson family here, and we've got Mr. Rocky Johnson, the patriarch of the Johnson crew. And Rocky, I have to say, as a parent of 3, I mean, it seems to me like you must be so proud of having built up the farm and the boys and working and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you need to pull off your hat and show how you burnt your hair off your head telling all these lies.
I'm cutting that out.
Yeah, serious. It's serious.
Well, that's the farm.
All right.
Don't know what else to tell you about it.
Well, I love that. I love getting out and visiting with your folks, and they're just top notch in my book. So they've been great supporters of the band and great friends to us all. So I think business is just going to grow and grow.
Maybe.
And, we'll be running this whole county before too long.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, 40, 50 years from now, when people go over to the Pines, there'll be Chris Johnson sitting there. Some young people go over and whisper, they'll be like, there's Chris Johnson, he runs this whole town. All right, well, anyway, that was great. Well, thanks for letting us visit your farm.
Yep.
All right, good to see everybody. We ready to wrap this one up?
I think so.
Let's do it. All right, folks, we'll see you next month, and that'll be August. Big things happening in August, Galax Fiddlers Convention. It's just going to be exciting all the way around. You know, we ought to mention the weekend of the Freeze Fiddlers Convention. I didn't have this prepared, but we might as well go ahead and we're real lucky to get to play over at the Blue Ridge Music Center. And that'll be, so it's kind of a big show for us. We were really, we're real excited about it. So it's the weekend after Galax, it's Freeze Fiddlers Convention. So you definitely want to go to the Freeze Fiddlers Convention, but we'll just plant that seed for next month. We're going to be playing over at the Blue Ridge Music Center. So come on out and see us. We're really looking forward to that show. We're lucky to get it. You ready to wrap it up? Let's do it. What do you think the best way to handle millennials is?
Well,
Just sell them and process them for the meat?
I don't know. She's
Whoa.
She's
Whoa. No. No. We cannot go that far. Oh, God. We're still talking about human beings here.
All right, you're right. Let's try that again.